Hey everybody. So my lights, look at this. And let me turn it, see if I can turn it around. You see my little lights I got like around the house, the blue, they're lit up tonight. So these lights have a mind of their own. They're solar, but some nights they light up, other nights they don't. Excuse all the junk on the porch. I had an event the other day. But yeah, sometimes they light up, sometimes they don't. We had a storm. It knocked my little rocking chair down. This branch fell and knocked over my chair. So today I am still doing the I'm still doing my truth and tea with B, but I think instead of sitting in the egg chair today, I'm gonna sit in my little rocker. It's gonna be a quick story. Actually, it's a funny. And a friend of mine that I was talking to was like, yeah, is it gonna always be deep and blah blah blah? Yes, some deep things have happened to me, but some really amazing things have happened to me. And my goal is just to share me. I want you guys to, what my goal is, before I even start talking more about what I do with Tears of Hope, I want people to understand why I do it, because I don't think it's always understood why I do it. I always get comments like, oh my God, I could never do that. That's so hard. And I actually just wrote something earlier, and one of the things I said was, I did not choose this work. This work definitely chose me. But I was talking to someone earlier about their little autistic little one, and it came up about kind of just one of the main things that we worry about is sexual things, like inappropriate things. Sometimes our kids on the spectrum don't really grasp like sexuality, privacy, things you do behind closed doors, that sort of thing. And I remember when Javon was probably about 4 and he started doing kind of the inappropriate touching of himself, not other people. And I took him to the doctor because I was like, what is happening? Okay, I have iced tea today because and believe it or not, even when I do my videos, I usually have tea sitting next to me. So I hope y'all don't, like, the tea is not like spilling tea. I really am a tea drinker, but it's been like 90 degrees all day, so there's iced tea in there. So I took him to the doctor and I was like, listen, doc, what's going on? And the doctor was like, well, I think that, we forget that even kids, even small kids, are human. If you touch certain parts of your body, it feels better than if you touch other parts. And kids literally, like, they want to touch the part that feels good. That's it. That's all. It's not deeper than that. Your kid is not like a freak or anything like that, or overly sexual or anything like that. If they were exploring their body one day as a toddler and they happened to touch a part that felt better, they were like, okay, this is where it's at. So, which is, what we do as adults, right? And so, this super funny story, and this is easily 10 years ago. Javon must have been about 11. So, it was very clear that my son was pretend exploring himself, and I remember like really doing a lot of research how to have this conversation. And I said to him, I said, okay, so we had a whole conversation about it, like the boundaries, all the things. So we were in the car, it was me, him, and Samaya, and Samaya said, no, Javon said, Mom, it's itching. And I was like, well, you need to wash it. I said, you need to wash it. And I don't mean get in the tub and like touch it. You need to wash it. And Samaya was like, ew. And Javon's like, whatever, Samaya. Mom said that I can touch it as long as it's behind closed doors and as long as no one else is in the room and it's a locked door. So we laughed so hard. And Samaya was like, well, of course you can touch it. I'm not saying you can't touch it, but you're not supposed to talk about touching it. It was the most hilarious conversation I think my family has ever had. But it was just, it really touched me for several reasons. obviously, because my kids feel quite comfortable with me, because I think at the time they were like 11 and 15. They feel very comfortable to just share themselves with me. And I was like, okay, so let's change the subject. But also, once again, it really fed into what I do with Tears of Hope, because a part of it is me sharing. Yes, when you create moments in space to have intimate conversations with your children where they can really just be honest and just be themselves, they don't have to put on a show, they don't have to pretend like everything's okay, they can just be really honest. You are really giving them a priceless space, because these kids are going to talk to somebody. I work in the schools, trust me, I know these kids are going to talk to somebody, and if you are not creating as a parent a space for them to talk to you, you don't know who they're going to. So both my children are very, very comfortable with me to this day. Javon is 23, Samaya is 27, being like, what's that right there, Mom? And we'll listen, okay? So I always think it's a little funny, because naturally Javon is more comfortable with it because I'm a single mom, so he's had me. I'm pretty certain if he had been raised by a father that, he probably, it's something he would go to his father about. But what I'm saying is, be a safe space for your kids. You absolutely have to. You have to. And once again, that's it. And I hope you guys have enjoyed Truth and Tea with B. As you can see, I'm sharing it all. Somebody's gonna kill me about making this video, but it's okay. She'll live. It's all right. She didn't say anything wrong or whatever, but both my kids are actually pretty private. Samaya even more so than Javon. So thank you guys for going on the journey with me of helping families do the hard work of the hard work. Bye. I'll see you later.